into the playoffs, and then we will crown a champion in the middle of the summer and determine who will be the champion of Team Combat League. What you are going to also witness, 6 weight classes will be covered over the course of the night. We'll start off in the women's featherweight division. Then we'll move on to the men's lightweight division, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, and then ultimately end at heavyweight. We're going to go 12 rounds. We'll start off with 6, have an intermission like a halftime, and then get ready to go again for the second half. That is what is to come tonight. You will see New York against Los Angeles and also Atlanta and Dallas. So you get 2 quality matchups, 24 scintillating rounds. Paulie, I can't wait. A brand new era in combat sports.
Absolutely. You know, they'd say dawn of a new era a lot of times when there's new ideas, but I think this really is the dawn of a new era. We're not trying to take away your casual, your old school boxing fix, but this is something new. This is exciting. Now, you heard Ray talk about 6 rounds, intermission, and another 6 rounds, and you're wondering, what is he talking about? I'll tell you what he's talking about. Each roster has 6 guys fighting. So each individual round will be fought, and then the guy or girl gets out of the ring, and the teammate gets in. Each person fights 1 round at a time. You may get back in later, but it's 1 round at a time, which means there is no feel-out process.
None.
These guys got to get in there and do their job every time. You got to bank the round for your team, because at the end of 12 rounds, you're going to add up the scorecards, and you want to make sure your team got the W. So it's individual because you got to make sure you do your part for your team, but then it's team because the team as a whole has to make sure they win more rounds.
We're going to see a lot of exciting action coming your way. First up, it's New York and Los Angeles, then Atlanta and Dallas, and you get it for free in our opening 2 nights. We begin season 1. Now in the backstage area, we send it to our other 2 colleagues, Cynthia Conti and Amir Tyson.
We are here live backstage, Team Combat League, Mohegan Sun. We got New York versus LA. Amir.
I can't wait. It's beautiful. Everyone's ready to fight, and we're going to see who's victorious at the end of the night.
You know what? I'm Team LA.
Team New York, baby.
We're going to find out. Look at all of them are back here. They're preparing to go for war. Come on, walk with me. You don't want to be scared of me, Amir.
Never that.
Because you never know. LA rules. But yeah, they're getting ready. They want to show the world why they belong in the ring. We're going to see what New York has in store for Los Angeles.
We shall.
And remember, you guys tune into all the socials. Tell us who do you think is going to win and how they're going to win. Amir, what do you think?
I'm New York all day. So whoever New York's going against, that's who I'm rooting for.
We'll
Team
see.
New York.
Team LA.
Let's do it.
Knockouts. Enjoy the fights, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino here in Uncasville, Connecticut. It is time to begin a Team Combat League. In our opening matchup, we have Los Angeles, coached by Ricky Funes. They're the Los Angeles 10 Goose, matching up against the New York City Attitude, coached by both Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman. Let's meet the Los Angeles 10 Goose competing here tonight. First, we want to welcome Lisette Lopez. Also one of her teammates, Angel Lozano. Alejandro Silva in the middleweight division. Also Martin Higuita. Also, we want to welcome Franco Ocampo in the welterweight division. Also in the welterweights, Sean Garcia. And we welcome Sean Bates. And the heavyweight for the Los Angeles 10 Goose is Cashton Young. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Los Angeles 10 Goose. Now we bring to Mohegan Sun the New York City Attitude. Please welcome Titus Williams. Also, Sherbek Ramutulayev. Charles Garner in the welterweight division. Afunwa King. Also, please welcome Christian Kangolusi. We welcome Nicole Ocasio. Also, Ralph Clemente in the light heavyweight division. Trudy Lee from Brooklyn, New York. And also the heavyweight for the New York City Attitude, Earl Newman. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Los Angeles against New York. It's time to begin Team Combat League.
If I can make it there, I'll make it. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York.
All right. All right, guys, welcome in. This is Team Combat League with New York City and Los Angeles here, Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. So a brand new concept when it comes to combat sports. Paulie, looking forward to getting the action going here on this Wednesday evening. Referee in charge is Johnny Callis. Expect the action to be fast and furious.
You know what? I'm excited for this. You know, something new sparks your curiosity. It gets your mouth watering for that action because, as we said at the top of the show, every fighter only gets one round at a time. So they got to do their part for their team because at the end of that round, it's going to be a 10 or a 9 point round for their team. So nobody wants to go back to their team having lost the round and putting the rest of the guys in a deficit to have to make up that deficit. So it's going to enforce action all the time. It's going to be very, very interesting. Something like this has never been done before, but what it does is, as I said earlier, it eliminates that feel-out process. I mean, we're going, and you got 3 minutes to make sure you do your part for your team.
So we're going to start off in the women's featherweight division. Nicole Ocasio, who is undefeated 1-0, taking on Lisette Lopez from Salinas, California. See Ricky Funes in the head coach of the Los Angeles Ten Goose. Meantime, for New York, they are coached by both Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman.
Yeah. And again, you mentioned the personal records, but again, personal records are not going to matter here, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a 10 and a 9 for Team New York or LA. Go back to your seat, and the next two teammates come in and try to get the same thing, a 10 or a 9. There's a knockdown 10-8. Well, you guys at home, you guys know how to score a boxing match. This is going to be scored the same way, and at the end of the 12 rounds,
we're going to find out who's going to take home the W.
Exactly, and build up your record, get to the playoffs. At the end of the season, try to win that title. But inaugural fight of the inaugural season of Team Combat League.
Nicole Ocasio, Lisette Lopez, and with the way that women's boxing is going, I think it's so apropos that we're starting off Team Combat League with this, the female matchup.
A lot of the female matchups a lot of times wind up being more exciting than the guys. I don't think you can have a non-exciting head-to-head matchup here because, like I said, every round is only one at a time. You know, each fight is 12 rounds, but each guy or girl fights one round at a time. So they're going to give it all they got each time they're in there.
All right, so here is Nicole Ocasio and Lisette Lopez. We begin Team Combat League here in Uncasville, Connecticut. History being made as we are set and ready to go. And we are underway.
Two southpaws.
So Nicole Ocasio representing New York. Meantime, Lisette Lopez representing Los Angeles.
Ocasio with the hijab. I think she's the first female Muslim to fight in professional or amateur boxing, right?
That is what I'm under the standing of, and right away they're going at it. Look at this action with Team Combat League 1.
It's what you're going to get every single time.
My goodness.
Nice sitting out there.
They are hammering away upon each other, Paulie.
Yeah. Lopez is a little bit of an in and out going, so she's kind of thinking a little bit while Ocasio's trying to just walk down Lopez, trying to get that fight. I'll tell you what, some of these rounds are going to be tough to score because it's so intense.
Listen to this action. Oh, my goodness. Boy, talk about a fitting first round, a toe-to-toe battle.
Yeah.
They are just swinging for the fences.
Lopez trying to do that in and out step, but at times she's getting caught on the out.
Wow, nice shot there by unbelievable, Paulie.
Yep, nice shot there by Lopez. She's starting to get a little bit of a concept of being in and out, but she's, and in some spots though, it's Ocasio that outworks her.
Nicole Ocasio and Lisette Lopez battling here. The first round.
This is what happens when you give people only 3 minutes to get it done.
I mean,
oh, good body shot there by Ocasio. Now she's starting to push back Lopez.
They are both unloading upon each other. Ocasio keeps coming forward. Lisette Lopez looking for the opening. And a nice straight left by Ocasio.
I think the conditioning of Ocasio starting to take more of a toll on Lopez. In the beginning, I felt like Lopez was doing better with that in and out. No, good combination there.
And time being called off. That's the end of the round. And talk about a furious 2 minutes. Unbelievable. So women's matchups are just 2 minutes per round.
That was a hurricane.
Taking a look at some of the action here.
And this was nonstop, 2 minutes straight. Ocasio and Lopez going at it. So Ocasio seemed to push Lopez back a little bit, but at times Lopez also with that in and out, throwing those combinations and stepping out and stepping back in. She had a good little rhythm going for a little bit, but then at the round wore down, and she got a little tired, and Ocasio was able to pressure her and land some of the good shots as well. Really good action in that round one.
Okay, so that is the end of the first round. Now we have Sean Garcia in action, taking on Sherbak Ramutolov in the welterweight division.
And not to make people understand, this is still New York versus LA. The first round was scored either 10-9 for New York or LA, based on the effort for Lopez and Ocasio, and these guys will continue the same bout.
Or beg your pardon, I stand corrected. This is in the lightweight division. Sherbak Ramutolov, who is 2-0 as a pro boxer. Ryan Garcia being the younger brother of Ryan Garcia. So Sean Garcia in action. I said Ryan Garcia. My apologies. So Ryan Garcia, the younger brother of Ryan Garcia. No, it is Sean Garcia, the younger brother of Ryan Garcia. As we have Sherbak Ramutolov and Sean Garcia matching
up. Nice hook to start.
Matching up here. And again, they are fighting just 3 minutes. They're both tying up now. I love how they have to start off from the outset.
Yeah, and there's those jitters, man, because nobody wants to walk into a shot, but guys are trying to create. These two guys only have 1 round here, so they got to make it happen. Especially that the first round was close between Ocasio and Lopez. You really don't know who won it. So you want to make sure you do your part for your team, as this is a continuation of the same matchup.
It's interesting because they're 2 different fighters, but it is a continuation of the same matchup. So after 6 rounds, we're going to take a pause and get ready for the second 6 rounds.
Garcia has to be careful going straight back. He's getting caught as he backs straight up. He's got to make sure to have a better defensive positioning. Looks a little tight. I don't know if he doesn't have any pro fights, right? So it may be the anxiety of having no headgear on for the first time. Nice hook there again.
Nice shot there by Ramutolov.
And Ramutolov, second time he's led with the hook like that has landed. Garcia has to get relaxed and figure out a way.
Another straight left by Ramutolov.
And that's what I mean. Ramutolov's getting more confident. He's starting to throw bigger shots. And Garcia's going straight back again. He's got to be careful doing that. You have other defensive options. You don't want to go straight back like that. Ramutolov with some nice rhythm with the feint and the jabs.
Ramutolov pushing the action. Sean Garcia looking to counter.
Garcia looks a little bit hesitant. He's not letting him go of the shots the way he should.
Ramutolov throwing Heavy leather looking to respond to Sean Garcia.
Yep. Garcia has to relax a little bit, maybe drop a feint here and there. Ramatolov is, you know, he's confident. You can see he's a little bit loose, dropping those hands, fighting off of the rhythm with that jab. Nice putting combinations together. Garcia there should try to catch and shoot. He's catching those shots on the gloves. He's got to try to answer before Ramatolov gets out. Again, you only have 3 minutes, so you got to make it count. As Garcia now has to get busy working, as it doesn't seem like he's had a good round so far if he wants to get this back.
Yeah, Ramatolov setting a pretty high pace. He's undefeated. Sean Garcia looking for his opening. And that's what's interesting, Paulie. If you are a bit of a slow starter, you're going to have to change that mentality in this competition.
Oh, yeah, and you got to have a short memory. If you take a big shot, you know, you can't get gunshot. You got to come right back and try to get it back. Garcia right now is a little bit tight. He seemed a little bit tight the whole round, but Ramatolov has gained more confidence, and Garcia just has not gotten off the shots he's needed to.
Ramatolov with the chopping left on the top of the head of Sean Garcia. That'll end their round, so they are now done. We'll focus in on 147, so who is going to go and give it a matchup
All right, from
here in the welterweight
Sean
division.
Bates, 135 division. Give it up, guys.
All right, so Sean Bates now inside the ring. So we got Sean Bates and Titus Williams matching up here in the lightweight division. I gotta love how they're changing in and out, Paulie. I mean, this is just so different, so unique. I mean, I am here for it.
And you know what? It enforces their heavy action. Both round, the opening round of this New York versus LA matchup, the opening 2 rounds have been both fast and heavy paced. And I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of pressure on Bates now because the last round was probably a clear-cut New York round with Ramatolov and Garcia. But the first round, you just didn't know, was very, very close. So it's probably a little bit of pressure on Bates now to try to get 1 round back.
So how do you think it's going right now? We've yet to get the scores, but what do you think it is? You think that New York's ahead 2-0?
I don't know. The first round was close. It could go, I don't know. Oh, big right hand there by
Titus Williams starting off strong. Titus Williams representing New York. The New York City Attitude, big right hand there by Sean Bates, though.
No, Williams with a nice right hand as Bates walked into it.
As we take a look at the action, Titus Williams wearing the green and the black, wearing the black and gold is Sean Bates.
Good action here. Good action here so far.
Nice right hand by Sean Bates.
Yeah, Bates trying to get some of it back now as Williams had a good start to the round. Good exchanges.
Sean Bates coming forward, Titus Williams. That's what happens when you have these, literally those 180 seconds, and you start off at the belt and bang, there you go. You're fighting no more than 2 rounds a night.
Yeah.
Good jab followed by a right hand by Titus Williams.
Good back and forth this round. Bates seems like he needs to get some of it back now. Good jab by Bates.
So I could see a toss-up round, but you would think that New York is ahead.
Oh, good
right hand by Sean Bates.
Another close round here.
Coming up on a minute to go in this 3rd matchup.
This is great 2-way action by both these guys.
Can you imagine if these guys, if these two see each other in the second half of this potential matchup?
I'll tell you, man.
Good right hand by Sean Bates, back comes Williams.
Yeah, Bates trying to close out stronger. This round is up in the air for grabs, and Bates now trying to walk down Williams. Good body shot, good turn. And now it's Williams trying to throw back.
Looking to answer back is Titus Williams. Sean Bates aiming to go to work. They both have had their moments here.
Oh, yeah. Now Williams coming back. And now it's Bates. This is just unbelievable action. You want toe-to-toe stuff, you got it. People ask for toe-to-toe. Well, Team Combat League gives you toe-to-toe.
Well, that's what we've seen throughout the first 3 matchups. Talk about 3 rounds that are fast and furious. Left hook by Sean Bates.
Seems like
Looking
Bates
to respond is none other than Titus Williams.
Seems like Bates has gotten back control of this round, and he's trying to close out strong in the last 10 seconds.
And that is the end of the round. What a fight. What a round between Sean Bates and Titus Williams.
Yeah, this is really, really good stuff. This is good stuff. I got it 29-29. I got it
Next
first round even, second round for New York, and third round I edged Bates here in this round. Some of that action from round 3. There was a good right hand early in the round.
Charles Garner.
Good timing shot. But then Bates started to work his way back in to the round. Good couple of body shots there, but saw Bates starting to pick up the action in the second half of the round, and he did pretty well, though. Another close round.
So now we have Charles Garner and we have Frank Ocampo matching up. They are going to collide. Charles Garner representing New York City. Frank Ocampo representing the Los Angeles 10 Goose, coached by Ricky Funes.
Garner has a little bit of a Odell Beckham look going, right?
He does, I would say so. Johnny Callis brings them to the center of the ring. Charles Garner 6-2 as a professional. We are not looking at that, but it does bring up and bear notice for the fans. Frank Ocampo 16-2 with 8 knockouts. He is 26 years of age. We are now in the welterweight division. This is round 4, as we will go the first 6 rounds. Every individual round has a different matchup, and away we go.
But the overall scorecard is still New York versus LA. So
yes.
We're 4 rounds into New York versus LA. The overall scorecard is New York versus LA.
So here is Frank Ocampo. Good stiff jab by Charles Garner.
It's a tactical round so far. With both guys trying to impose themselves.
I got to tell you, Charles Garner is absolutely massive. He looks like he could be a super welterweight.
Yeah. He carries the weight well. Nice jab there by Ocampo.
Absolutely chiseled a counter right hand by Ocampo. Right now, you would think, Paulie, from our standpoint, that LA needs this round because, at least from our perspective, I would see it. I think it is 2 rounds to 1 in favor of New York.
Yeah, you know, it's close though, man. I gave that first round an even, so I've got it 1-1-1 so far. But yeah,
so you have it
even. I got it 29-29. But I could see like either girl winning round 1. So if you got a 2-1 New York, I mean, I wouldn't argue with you.
I give it 2 run now, some wrestling, and this is, I know it's a new combat sport, but this is not MMA, so we're not trying to get that innovative.
Garner trying to help up Ocampo, but the round is still up for grabs. Garner now turning southpaw. This round is still up for grabs here.
Counter right hand by Ocampo as Garner looking to push the pace.
Yeah, it seems like both guys are coming up very short a lot of their shots in this round. And then they've smothered themselves here. Callis is going to get in there and break them up.
You know what? Oh, big left hook there by Charles Garner.
And that's probably the best shot of the round so far. A lot of the shots in this round have come up short.
And, Paulie, here's the thing. Every punch means so much because you are being judged based on that one round. So a big shot like that could very well give you the round and give your team the points.
Especially in a round where you're having trouble finding a definitive shots that are landing. And both guys going back and forth with the jab. But it's a close round. So you got both guys coming up short, like Garner came up short with that hook there.
What I love about Team Combat League is you have to have a combination. You can't just go in with a reckless abandon, but also you can't start as, you know, you can't have a feeling out process.
You see Garner putting his hand behind his back in the clinch saying, that's not me holding. Now Garner trying to push.
By Ocampo.
Garner trying to push physically, but it's Ocampo. Oh, a little bit of a push.
Down goes Ocampo, but he's saying holding behind the head. Johnny Callis said that was a push.
That's a knockdown in the Conor McGregor gym.
Well, you said it, not me. Ray Flores, Paulie Malignaggi, Amir Tyson, Cynthia Conti here, Mohegan Sun Resort Casino. Charles Garner,
so many shots missing there. It's crazy.
Boom. That'll end the 4th round. Both men will now depart the ring as we await the next two combatants, Paulie.
That one I'm giving to Gardner based on that big left hand he landed in the middle of the round because nothing landed.
A singular shot
Yeah.
can totally change the trajectory and give your team that much needed points.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good round of action, but a lot of shots came up short aside from some jabs. So you see in this replay, it's an example. There's a little check hook by Gardner, but overall,
From the men's
shots
welterweight
didn't land
division,
very cleanly.
Vlad Paney.
So now we stay here in the welterweight division. We got Vlad Paney and also Darius Jackson matching up. Vlad Paney for Los Angeles, Darius Jackson for the New York City Attitude.
It's a good matchup. Both of these guys, slender, big welterweights.
Darius Jackson, 5-0, just 18 years of age in the welterweight division, taking on Vlad Paney from Los Angeles, the Los Angeles 10 Goose.
A good stare down too. These guys are both confident. You can see in their demeanor even before getting in the ring. You can see they have that suave confidence about them.
Well, they know what's on the line in this particular. I mean, we're now into the 5th round, and every round, when you get that call, it makes so much of a difference. Vlad Paney is 16-1 as a professional. Darius Jackson 5-0.
Yep.
Paney obviously older than that of Jackson, and they are starting off swinging for the fences yet again.
Yep, the teenager Jackson coming out aggressive. Now a little bit of smothering on the inside.
Vlad Paney wearing the black and gold representing LA 10 Goose. Darius Jackson wearing the green and black. He's a southpaw. Look at them go.
And that's the thing. Sometimes I think in Team Combat League, the younger guy who is just coming to the amateurs might have a bit more advantage. A little clash of heads there. They got to be careful because you're used to going such a fast pace in the amateurs. Panning has 17 pro fights. He might be slowing down his pace in his professional fights, and now he's got to go back to this kind of pace. And you can see Jackson is comfortable at this pace while Panning trying to keep up.
They continue to hammer away upon each other. Darius Hawk Jackson looking to swarm Vlad Paney. A nice check left hook by Paney.
And that's what Jackson gets for turning right-handed. Now he goes back southpaw after taking that left hook.
We're now at the midway point of this round. This is our 5th matchup. One more to go before intermission. Nice straight left by Jackson. I think that this is a nice round for the Los Angeles 10 Goose.
I don't know.
A
This is
much needed
close.
round.
I don't know. This is close, man. I think Jackson's having a good round himself. I feel like Jackson has outworked Panning so far, but now Panning's trying to get himself back into the round.
Paney looking for those big shots to set up off the jab. But as we pointed out, when you only have 3 minutes to go to work, you have to be able to throw caution to the wind to some degree.
Yeah, Jackson slowed down now, and let's see if Panning can start to keep taking advantage.
Paney pressing the issue, driving Jackson, or trying to drive Jackson to the perimeter of the ring. It's a team concept. Both teams coach very well. Ricky Funes for 1. Los Angeles, Ryan O'Leary, Benny Roman for New York City. Good right hand by Paney as we near the end of the 5th round.
And this is another close round, man. Panning seems to have imposed himself a little bit more physically at the end of it, but man, this is another close round.
Nearing the end of the 5th round.
Jackson has to be careful of being straight up on the ropes like that.
Boy, this round's going a little bit longer than what I thought. There's the bell.
Oof.
And now we get ready for the 6th.
Trying to do some of these rounds are hard to score, man. Oof. I'm going to edge LA in that one, but man, I got a 2-2-1. I got an even fight so far, but man, most of these rounds, there's no clear-cut winner. It really is difficult. Some of the highlights early on in the round, I thought Jackson had a good, solid start to the round. He was much more active. It seemed like Panning was, trying to get settled in. But then when Panning landed that check hook earlier in the round, started to sort of change the momentum, and he started to physically impose himself a little bit. He started pushing Jackson to the ropes, and I guess the older, physically stronger Pandy started to impose himself.
So we have Christian Cangelosi.
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 Italian, it's Cangelosi.
Okay, I'm glad you
It's like
pointed it out
John
to me.
Cangelosi from the we
Yes.
used to play baseball.
Christian Cangelosi from Brooklyn. We're now in the middleweights. He's 6-0, 24 years of age, matching up against Alejandro Silva, who is 29 years of age, 20-0 as a professional boxer. He is 29 years of age. So Silva representing LA 10 Goose, wearing the black and gold. Cangelosi wearing the black and the green, representing New York City. This is the 6th and final matchup, and then we're going to have an intermission and come back with the second half. We are underway in this 6th round.
Cangelosi trying to establish that jab early.
Both men, big middleweights. Absolutely chiseled here.
Seems like Cangelosi has a speed advantage, so you're looking for the Los Angeles middleweight to get off, because this jab, the speed and the jab is going to keep him on the outside, and you only got a round to work here. So Silva's got to get going. He's got to make sure he gets close.
I think this is a close matchup, Paulie. I think it's 3-2 for New York City, as we're almost at the midway point of this matchup.
Yeah. Silva's having a hard time getting on the inside. This is not one of those fights where you got 10 rounds to work to speed your guy down. So he's gonna have to figure out a way to get on the inside. He's getting outworked with that jab from Cangelosi.
Cangelosi snapping back the head of Silva like a Pez dispenser. Good right hand by Cangelosi.
Around the guard.
Silva trying to sit down in his punches, but being a counter puncher, you got to let your hands go.
Not only that, you got to jab your way inside. He's trying to walk his way inside, and he's not using his own jab. You can jab with the jab, but remember, Cangelosi's keeping him at bay with that jab, and Silva's trying to just work his way in with no jab, and it makes it a lot harder.
Look at that combination by Cangelosi, punctuated by a left hook to the body of Silva. Back comes Silva, chopping right hand on Cangelosi. We're just over the midway point of this 6th matchup. We're in the 6th round. Echoing right hand by Silva. Ricky Funes urging on Silva to keep coming forward.
Silva has some work to do to get back in this round.
Down goes Cangelosi.
That's a slip.
And he called it a knockdown. So that makes it a 10-8 round for Alejandro Silva. The swing of the round in his favor.
That's a big swing.
And as long as he remains upright.
Yeah, that's a big swing because Cangelosi was up in the round.
That is huge from a team perspective.
Now Cangelosi has to try to get it back.
So the knockdown for Alejandro Silva of Christian Cangelosi, that might have swung the round in his favor and might have evened up this total team matchup.
Yeah, very much so.
Final 32 seconds. We'll go to intermission. Coming up after this 6th round, this 6th matchup has concluded. Good right to the body by Cangelosi.
And that's the thing, Cangelosi's probably done better in the round, but the knockdown is going to swing a 3-point way because, think about it, you had a 10-9 round your way, now it's a 10-8 round the other way. Really big swing with that knockdown.
We are nearing the end of the 6th and final matchup as the round draws to a close.
Curious to see how that knockdown happened. Let's see if we get a look at it on the replay. Oh yeah, he got hit behind the ear. Yeah, he got hit behind the ear. He was asking for behind the head, but I think it was close behind the ear. You gotta let that ride.
So that's a massive round in favor of. So now we have an intermission after 6 rounds. Well, the action has picked up. Welcome to Team Combat League New York City and Los Angeles will resume as we are now pausing for intermission. We'll come back with the second half of New York City and LA, and then we will then pause because it's a doubleheader. We have Dallas and Atlanta to follow, New York City and Los Angeles.
There's a lot of action here coming up, man, I'll tell you.
Buckle your seatbelts. Welcome to Team Combat League. We'll come back after intermission has concluded.
There's nothing more exciting than what the Team Combat League brings to the table.
One-round bouts, 8 teams across the U.S. The idea of this is so unique and so new.
It forces the fighters to skip the feel-out process and get right to the action.
I feel like New York's got a real good shot here, especially if I'm on the team.
Nobody can beat my mind, so nobody can beat me.
With the modeling is the modeling. When it comes to boxing, I handle my business.
One round, and guys giving their all.
This is going to be the future of boxing.
I'm very excited to watch this format, this tournament, in this league.
One round, all what you got. Any minute, any second, anything can happen.
I got a 3-year-old kid. I'm just ready to change my family's life. What's up?
What's up?
Current super bantamweight ABF champion of the world.
I was born the champ in the crib. Let's go.
There's no way anybody can compete with us.
LA Terminators will come to whoop some ass.
Las Vegas hustle, let's go!
The opportunity that a lot of these fighters will be having is a 6-figure pay, health insurance. There's endless stuff to it.
I've been in and out of jail. I ain't gonna cap it to you. I've been shot 10 times.
Came down here with nothing. No car, no job. Hoping I make this Team Combat League to change my life.
If you're willing to sacrifice and if you got the talent, you're going to make this team. That's it.
To be able to see what city has the best fighters in the United States of America.
With TCL, that's what you're going to get.
This back in Chicago, mercy, mercy me, that mercy will I go. That's me the first year that I blow. How you say broke in Spanish, me no I blow. We drown sorrow in that Diablo. We found bravery in my bravado. DJs need to listen to the models. You ain't got no fucking easy Serato. Stupid, what the hell do I know? I'm just a Chi-Town nigga with a nice flow. And my chick in that new fever follow. So much head I woke up and sleepy hollow. Can we get much higher?
Semi-automatic to the good. Elbow grease and elbow boom. Baby, play me, baby, fall down, go boom. Party people gather round, countdown to apocalypse. I'm a kid with the golden arms, and I'm a motherfucking hot neck. Pass the blunt. My nigga don't front. You had it for a minute, but it seemed like a run. Now I'm choking, smoking, hoping I don't croaking from overdosing. Hey kid, wash, hey, happy, I'm in the nut, got you open. Oh, that's right. Can't stand it if that fuck too much. Can't stand it if they cost too much. Can't wanna get up and can't get touched. Can't wanna stick up and can't get stopped. I'm the one that caught you blunt when your boy trying to act tough. Remember what old Dirty said? Fuck all they said. Now listen.
All right, welcome back here to Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino here in Uncasville, Connecticut, as we are starting off the second half. And Paulie, that first half, to me, those first 6 matchups were absolutely entertaining as we take a look at some of the action.
Yeah. I mean, the women got it off to a frenzied start. I mean, they didn't stop punching. Now, women fight 2 minutes as opposed to the 3 for the men, but they didn't stop punching. And the second fight was some sharp boxing from Ramtulov. What was his name? Ramatulov?
Yeah, Ramatulov.
Yeah, he had a good round against Sean Garcia. And then Titus and against Williams against Bates was a close round. We had Garner against Silva there. I mean, it was some really good action. And a lot of these rounds, I mean, it was really hard to tell some of these guys apart. Garner and Silva there went at it. And we had Jackson against Panine there. And then a round here where Cangelosi seemed to be ahead pretty easily, and then he takes the right hand and goes down. And that's a 3-point swing that is going to be very interesting how it plays out, because in a round where Cangelosi was probably on his way to winning at 10-9, you end up losing at 10-8. A swing of 3 points could make a difference in the overall scorecard in such a close competitive battle.
So we are getting ready to start off the second half. We're going to start this off with Ralph Clemente and Martin Hagita matching up as LA Tengus. I have LA Tengus ahead by a point because I had the knockdown that we had with Alejandro Silva against Christian Cangelosi, and I thought it was dead even, but the 10-8 round does give a point in favor of LA.
Yeah, it's an extra point for the knockdown, and that, as I said, that could come into play. Not only is it a 10-8 round, but it's a 10-8 round in a round that was on its way to being 10-9 for New York. So it's a 3-point swing.
It's crazy, as you pointed that out, Paulie, is that had Cangelosi remained upright, he would have probably won the round, thus making it 4-2 in favor of New York City. Instead now, in my opinion, it's 3-3 for LA, but with a knockdown, that being a point advantage for LA Tengus, coached by Ricky Funes.
And that's the thing. I mean, with these wild momentum swings and these wild pace of each and every round, this is the kind of thing you get. I mean, no lead is safe. And you can never really take anything for granted. You've got to make sure you go out there and work your tail off each and every round for yourself and for your team.
What I love, and I know I'm mentioning this a lot, but it's the truth, is that I love team sports. I'm a big football fan, but I also love prize fighting. And you're merging the worlds together, an individual sport with a team concept, and you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you are. And you know what? I think this, if people give this a chance, it'll grow. Because, again, each and every round is action. You don't have to wonder, well, these styles going to blend together? Are they going to mesh? What kind of fight are we going to get? You're going to get action every time, man. Each guy has 3 minutes to make it done, and then they get out, and then, each guy or girl, and the next two get in the ring. They only got 3 minutes. It's got to happen each and every time. They got to make it happen. They have no choice. And so that only means good news for the fans. They're going to get action each and every round.
Well, that's what we've been getting so far between LA Tengus and New York City. And also, this is the first half of a doubleheader. So we're in the second half of our first matchup. Right after this, we get Atlanta and Dallas as well. So getting ready, and look at this. We will go ahead.
We are starting the second half of Team Combat League. Are you guys ready? All right, coming in from Los Angeles is Angel Lozano.
So we have Angel Lozano, who is getting the call.
Give me a please. Hey, that's the wrong guy we got in the ring. You're supposed to have
Angel Lozano first for Los Angeles, waiting on
Ralph Clement for New York.
Yeah, Ralph Clemente. So Angel Lozano and Ralph Clemente, who are matching up.
This is a big round. Who's going to take this momentum into the second half, especially after a very competitive first half? Who's going to start out with the momentum here?
And this is
Looks
in
like
the light
Clemente's getting out of the
heavyweight
ring.
division is what it is. So
let's see, what are they doing here? So a little bit of some disagreements here. Looks like Clemente was in the ring and then he was out of the ring. Now he's back in the ring.
So is Clemente back in the ring? Clemente gets back in the ring, so we have Angel Lozano and Ralph Clemente matching up.
Maybe he wanted to warm up a little bit, go up and down the stairs.
Potentially. And referee in charge, Arthur McCarthy Jr. Getting ready to start off the second half of Los Angeles and New York City. We are underway. Round 7, matchup number 7. Big right hand by Clemente starting off.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. I've seen him in the gym. He's a very aggressive fighter.
Look at these two light heavyweights. Big left hook by Clemente.
Multiple-time national champion. And Clemente really brings it when you got to be ready mentally to get in there with him.
Lozano trying to fight fire with fire. Clemente bringing the action right towards Angel Lozano, who's 26 years of age from Bell, California.
Yeah, Clemente's the kind of guy, he's going to take center ring and he's going to command it, you know, and that's what he's trying to come and do. He walks into a hook there, he's got to be careful, but undaunted.
There's a reason why New York City, they're known as the New York City Attitude. Clemente bringing plenty of attitude and that much more, sort of emblematic of that New York mentality that we are witnessing inside the ring.
Yeah, and you know what? He knows he's got to be the spark for his team. Nice hook there by Clemente. He knows he's got to be the spark for his team going into the second half, and he's taking it upon his shoulders to do just that.
New York City, I have them down by a point, but Clemente has been unrelenting since the outset.
Oh, he is punishing. Good body shot as well. Takes a right hand. He takes a shot.
Right hand by Lozano.
And he's not afraid to even take one to give 4. That's what actually makes him more fun.
Good stiff jab by Clemente. Lozano has been unable to keep Clemente off of him.
And now it's Lozano who's clinching. He's got to get to work. I mean, he needs to try to get some of the work back. He's not even initiating. It's Clemente who's first each and every time in a round that he's dominating.
New York City coached by Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman. We are into the second half of
another hook.
Big left hook by Clemente. He shook up Lozano.
I'm telling you, I think Clemente's trying to get the knockdown back for the New York City Attitude.
That would be
big
massive
shots
for them. That would put New York City on top by a point if he gets the knockdown. At least from our perspective.
Oh, another good combination by Clemente, even off the ropes. Lozano trying to physically pressure Clemente, but he's still not actively pressuring Clemente. He's not active as Clemente has been.
We are nearing the end.
Another big right hand by Clemente.
Another big shot.
Hey, Lozano's got a good chin because Clemente's hit him with some real turbulent shots.
He's got dynamite in his hands, does Clemente. I don't know how Lozano's remaining upright.
And body shots as well. Yeah, good pace. Now you see Clemente a little bit
slowing
winded.
Down a little bit, but hey, when you're only fighting 180 seconds.
Another hook by Clemente.
Look at this. And that'll end the 7th round. What action.
I give Lozano credit because just standing up could be big for what he does for his team. I mean, just holding upright and losing the round 10-9 instead of 10-8 could make a big difference in the overall scorecards. What a round by Clemente. He took it upon himself to try to get back the momentum for his team. And Clemente just stalked Lozano all over the ring. Just pressure, pressure, pressure. Didn't stop moving his hands. And just, even at center ring, what was impressive here, even at center ring, he was making sure he was first every time. And that was also disappointing from Lozano, because even in the second half of the round where he figured he'd know he had to get it back, it was most of the time Lozano who was initiating, who was getting off first each and every time, despite the fact that he was already ahead in the round.
So we'll stay here in the light heavyweight division as we enter the 8th round. We have Martin Higuita, who is 6'1", taking on Unwa King. King representing the New York City Attitude. Higuita representing the LA 10 Goose. New York City coached by Ryan O'Leary, Benny Roman, Ricky Funes coaching the LA 10 Goose. We're underway in this 8th round.
And King with a good start, double jab, backing up Higuita right away.
So now, Paulie, as we enter the 8th round, I have this dead even with the knockdown for LA 10 Goose in the 5th matchup.
Tell you, King, these guys are picking up right. Oh, nice right hand
Big
by.
right hand by King.
Higuita's got to be careful not being upright against the ropes. He's got to get low just like that and protect himself.
Every round is so important, especially in the second half. The stakes are raised.
Oh, yeah. And that's how the urgency that New York has come out with really has come out to get it back in what was already a very competitive first half.
I don't know what New York City, what Benny Roman and Ryan O'Leary told their team, but it has made a difference as New York City has come out more of the aggressor in the second half. Big left hook there by Higuita.
Higuita's just got to be careful not coming up so high when he's punching. He's landed a couple because he gets hit like that.
Big left hook there by King.
He's too upright. King takes a right hand back, but King's doing a better job of at least staying low in these exchanges.
They both are just hammering away upon each other.
Oh.
There is King with the left hook, followed by a right uppercut.
And again, Higuita's got to stay low inside those exchanges. He's just sitting duck for those shots. There he is again. Just because he's too high up, he gets hit with those shots on the end. And they're more eye-catching for the judges as King lands.
This action has been absolutely unbelievable.
Again, Higuita taking the shots because he's too high up against the ropes. He's got to keep making himself a small target, Ray.
So I have this even. The winner of this matchup, this round, will likely be ahead from my standpoint. Higuita's got to go to work.
Yeah, Higuita's got to go to work. King looks a little bit arm-weary. Let's see if Higuita can take advantage. Oh, another big hook by King.
Shot there.
And again, it's Higuita standing up high. He gets hit with these shots. He's too upright.
He's not moving his head from side to side. No head movement. No angles whatsoever.
And he's got to bend his knees a little bit. Higuita trying to get some more work back. He's got 40 seconds to try to change his momentum as King looks a little arm-weary.
Big left hook upstairs by King. Under 30 seconds left in this 8th round. We're in the second half between the Los Angeles Tengoose and the New York City Attitude. Final moments of this 8th round. Big right hand there by Higuita, but King likely clinching the round for New York City. That'll end the 8th.
Good work, and King really carried the pace. Higuita, tried to give back as good as he got, but it was just a real heavy pace brought by King, who left it all in the ring there and took the round for New York, it looked like. A couple of highlights here is King has Higuita against the ropes. The punch output really overwhelming Higuita. Higuita was trying to punch in between, but it was King punching with the shorter shots, also keeping himself a smaller target by staying low. Higuita was getting himself caught by being too upright there. The big boys.
So now it's the heavyweights. Earl Newman, who was known for being a light heavyweight, cruiserweight. He's competing for the New York City Attitude. He was an Olympian taking on none other than Caxton Young, representing the LA Tengoose.
There we go, and it's been a real torrid pace set by New York here in the second half. Let's see if Newman can continue it.
What will the heavyweights bring? So, from my standpoint, Paulie, the 7th and the 8th have been won by New York City, but now look at Caxton Young go right after Earl Newman.
Oh, yeah.
You're hearing the court of New York City. They're telling Earl Newman, use your legs, use your boxing ability, your high ring IQ. Nice echoing right hand by Earl Newman. We are now in the middle part. Still in the first quarter of the second half. Big right hand by Caxton Young. Double left hook for Young.
Yeah, he came up just a little short with the right hand, but the hook, some of it got partially through. Not a lot of shots getting through for these guys. They're throwing big shots. Let's see what gets through besides a couple of jabs here. Still up in the air.
Round number 9. 3 more matchups to go following this one. So I have New York City ahead by a point, again, unofficially. It has been ebb and flow action between these two teams. Good right hand by Newman.
Oh, what happened here?
I believe we have a clash of heads, maybe.
Uh-oh. there a clash of heads? Do we have a clash of heads?
There's a big mouse above the right eye of Cashton Young.
What was that? Headbutt?
We'll go back and revisit it.
Yeah. Let's see here. You can see what it was. Oh no, it was a right hand.
Let's see. No, that was a clash of heads.
Headbutt. Yeah, that was a big clash of heads.
So an inadvertent clash of heads. And action resumes here in this 9th round, just over the midway point. Big left hook there by Cashton Young. Young fighting with more of a sense of urgency.
Newman's got to be careful going straight back. A lot of times he's going straight back. He lets the jab of Young drive him back. Good combination there by Newman. This round could still be up in the air here.
Nice left hook to the body by Earl Newman.
Oh,
a left hook by Cashton Young.
Oh,
big
and
right hand. Newman's got Young against the corner. Oh, Cashton Young in trouble. Cashton Young looking to remain upright.
Man, I could have sworn I saw Newman's knees buckle, and instead of getting hurt, he got pissed. I'm telling you.
Newman got hit with the left hook and then answered back with 2 devastating right hands. And then momentarily, it almost sent Cashton Young to the canvas. Young going backwards.
I mean, I think he got insulted when Young hit him with a good hook, because I'm telling you, Newman's knees buckled with that left hook.
Big right hand by Earl Newman. Newman looking for a 10-8 round that would be significant in the overall scoring of this matchup.
Newman roared back with that one. I mean, this is the best work of the round Newman's done. It took him getting hit with a big hook to bring this out of him.
Every round, Paulie, is a war. Big right hand over the top by Earl Newman. Oh my goodness, Newman ate a big left hook by Cashton Young and has been pouring it on since.
I mean, he turned it into assault. He was insulted by that he got hit with that hook and got hurt. I mean, it's been all Newman since.
Left hook by Earl Newman. That'll end the 9th round. Oh my, what action.
Wow, great action. Another great round for New York. I'll tell you, this second half has been all New York so far. They have started to really, whatever the halftime pep talk was with Team New York, it came out. It came out with creating a lot of work here. Here's some of that first round action. Here's that clash of heads, that first. And after that, you see there, I don't know, man, I felt like it was a good hook by Young, and then that was it, man. I mean, then it was all Newman after that. I mean, I don't know if that hook got his attention from Young, and I don't know what it was, but either way, it was some vicious assault on the part of Newman with those combinations. There we go.
So now we have Sean Bates matching up for New York City. Sherbak Ramutalov matching up. So here we go as Sean Bates and Sherbak Ramutalov, they are competing for the second time.
Well, that's the thing. Ramutalov had Garcia in the first go-around, but this time he got Bates.
He now has Bates.
Bates had Williams.
Titus Williams.
Yeah, so both guys, in my opinion, had won the round. Had won the round they had in the first go-around. Let's see the two winners of the rounds up against each other. Nice little check.
And down goes, and are we going to call it a knockdown? No, Arthur McCanty livid towards Ramutalov.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a check because he had a southpaw against the right-hander. That can sometimes happen.
So Sherbak Ramutalov representing New York City. Sean Bates representing the LA Tengus. Round 10, this one is scheduled. This is a 12-round matchup.
This combination punching and counters by Ramutalov. Ramutalov likes that lead right hook. He was landing it well in the first go-round against Garcia. Nice left hand there by Ramutalov. He's got a good rhythm, I'll tell you. He gets these little feints in there and uses that right hand jab very well.
Ramutalov has the perfect style for what I feel Team Combat League's all about. He is aggressive. Everything's off the jab, but he wants to set up counter left hand just like that.
Yeah, and he can counter as well if he time the good left hand over the top of Bates there.
The New York City contingency making noise because New York City, to me, has been running away with this in the second half.
Yeah. Bates is trying to get some back. I mean, look at the counter right hand there.
Right hand by Sean Bates.
And a nice right hook there by Ramutalov on the out. Good jab as well.
Look at this. Both men trying to make a statement right in front of each other, just banging at the bell.
Yeah, and Bates, for me, needs to close it out a little stronger here as Ramutalov, nice turn and fire on the part of Ramatolov, finding the angle with the southpaw pivot.
And he punctuated it with the straight left, snapping back there to Sean Bates. Wow,
both
what
guys
action.
going at it here.
Hey, when Team Combat League comes to your city, make sure to buy a ticket, check out the action wherever you're joining us around the world. Under a minute left in this 10th round. Ramatolov, to me, is getting the better of these exchanges.
Yeah, shorter punches, nice little moves. I mean, Bates is a good little fighter himself. It's just Ramatolov has been a little bit niftier, a little bit craftier, a little bit busier, and a little bit faster.
And with Ramatolov, he has gotten off to a good start. And when you get off to a good start in only a 3-minute round, that makes a big difference.
Oh yeah, Bates has a lot of work to do to get back in the last 20 seconds.
Bates charging, going forward, trying to cut off the ring. But in my estimation, Ramatolov has done more than
good
enough.
Hook there by Ramatolov.
Ramatolov looking to end it with emphatic fashion. Final 10 seconds of this 10th. Ramatolov looking to unload a combination. A straight left, that'll end the 10th round of the championship rounds. We go.
Good effort for both guys. I tell you, man, this second half, I've got New York sweeping it so far.
I would absolutely say so.
Rematch. Rematch of the first go-round here with Panin and Jackson, which had a very close round against one another in the first go-round.
Jackson and Vlad Pani matching up yet again. Paulie, that matchup in the first half, now we're seeing it replicated in the second half. And I love it because, you know what, now these guys they had a time to relax.
Yeah.
You know, a break.
They warmed up.
They get to see each other once again.
And these two had a very close round the first go-round, so let's see how it goes out here. I remember in the first half, it was Jackson who started out better, but it seemed like Panning got stronger as the round progressed. Let's see how it goes here in this.
I think for Ricky Funes and LA 10 Goose, they need these next 2 rounds because I have New York City sweeping the second half so far.
Yeah, at this point, you know, it has become almost non-competitive in the second half. Nice right hand there by Panin.
Yeah, Vlad Pani with a nice right hand, but Darius Jackson, he's only 18 years of age, but talk about being on a stage like this. Team Combat League, an innovative concept. You want to make a name for yourself.
Oh yeah, you know, and you know, 18 years old, but the kid knows how to fight himself. And Panim too. I mean, Panim is 16-1 professional. Listen, he's a solid veteran.
From Woodland Hills, California there.
Nice little right hook there by Jackson on the out. Jackson gives you a good jittery rhythm. And you can see Panim is a guy with more professional experience, a little bit more set in his ways. Both guys trying to go at it in their best style possible.
And you could tell when referee Arthur Mercanti separates them, they both want to go at each other.
Yeah, well, you know what? You only got one round. You don't want to get to work. Nice right hand there by Jackson. Blocks the Panim right hand return.
Typically, fighters at minimum are used to fighting 4 rounds at bare minimum when they're starting off their pro careers.
Yeah.
Now guys are only fighting max 2 rounds.
Yeah, and they're not even consecutive. I mean, Jackson is landing some sharp shots here.
Jackson has been busier than that of Pani.
He's gotten through the guard as well with some sharp shots. Good counter body shot as well from Jackson. He's been calmer. You know, he's been jittery, but he's been calmer. He's been picking his shots better this go-around. He's keeping the advantage as Panin trying to get the effort, but a good counter hook there by Jackson. Jackson really changing the repertoire here in this go-around. Nice jabs as well.
We are coming up on a minute to go. We have one more round to go, and then we will see who wins this head-to-head matchup.
Jackson has really managed the clock much better this time. You know, the first go-around, he burned a lot of energy in the first half and let Panin get himself back into the round in the second half of the round. But this time, Jackson has managed the clock much better. And although Panin is capable, nice combination here, but it's been Jackson who's been dominant in the round.
And Jackson hasn't faded compared to what he did in his first appearance.
Yeah, because he managed the clock much better. Managed the clock much better. Picking his shots, defensively responsible. Nice left hand as well, sharp shots.
I think Jackson, and he's using his distance a bit better.
Yep.
He's not rushing in with a reckless abandon.
Well, that's what I mean. He's not as jittery on the outside. He's managing the clock better. And then gets caught there, returns the left hand there. Nice shots there as well. Even the exchanges, he's played it safer. Patton laying some good shots there as they both exchange
with the left hook.
Good round.
And that ends the 11th. One more round to go. Jackson feels very confident.
I don't know. I've given New York every round this second half. And they have really made a statement in the second half as we got Cangelosi and Silva coming up. And the interesting thing about this is Cangelosi was dominating the round, and then Silva got the knockdown in the first go-around. Will Silva need more knockdowns? Because he was being outboxed by Cangelosi the first go-around and saved himself with the knockdown. He's going to need everything in this round now. I mean, he's going to have to really be aggressive.
If you are Silva, you really have to go and throw caution to the wind.
Yeah, and does he have the feet fast enough to catch up to Cangelosi, who in the first round had showed to have the faster feet and got a little reckless and got himself caught?
So Christian Cangelosi and Alejandro Silva will end this matchup. This is the 12th and final round. We are underway. From my standpoint, Paulie, in the second half, it has been all the New York City attitude, led by their coaches Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman.
Yep, and Cangelosi trying to dictate right from centering again with the speed.
If you're Ricky Funes telling Alejandro Silva, are you letting him know, hey, we need some knockdowns, we need a knockout?
And that's the thing, but Silva's feet are kind of slow. He seems a little bit heavy-handed, but he's a little slow. He's going to have to close the gap. He's trying to jab this time with Cangelosi, which I like to see, but he's going to have to push off that jab a little bit and get inside. Nice check
There's a nice left hook by Cangelosi as Silva tried to enter in, but he ate a left hook from Cangelosi. Great to begin, Team Combat League, our opening to begin the season. 8 teams from around the country matching up. The top 4 will advance to the playoffs.
Silva's allowing himself to be controlled too much by that jab. He's going to have to throw some caution to the wind here. Cangelosi with a good rhythm, he's dropping some good feints and using that jab, but Silva's going to have to get close and make it count like he did the first time. Remember, he was not having a great round the first go-round, but he managed to get close and make it count.
In the second half, Paulie, I don't have New York City losing not one round.
Yeah, and so far this round, they're not losing this one either, so it's going to be up to Silva as he has a good right hand there. Cangelosi comes
good
back
body
with some
work by
combination.
Cangelosi. As we enter the second half, I had the LA Tengus ahead by a point, but whatever they did to circle the wagons, it has paid dividends. Ricky Funes urging Alejandro Silva to come forward, knowing that his team needs at least a knockdown or 2.
Yeah, Silva's going to have to get active. He's getting a little closer. Let's see if he gets active here.
Big left hook upstairs by Alejandro Silva.
Silva trying to get a little closer using that jab. He's got to keep jabbing with Cangelosi. Doesn't kill you to jab with the jabber. There it is again. Good body shot counter.
Cangelosi.
Counter uppercut there by Cangelosi as well. Silva's got to make it count when he's at this distance, Ray.
Right now, Alejandro Silva's got 47 seconds to try to turn things around. Otherwise, New York City will likely go to 1-0. LA will go to 0-1.
He's going to have to throw some caution to the wind here. He's been outboxed this round. He's gotten some of the round back. He's going to have to have a strong finish to the round, even to just try to win the round. But I think LA needs more than just to win him around here to get the win.
We are at Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. He's going to have to gamble as Alejandro Silva in these final 15 seconds. Final moments. And that'll end the fight.
Arthur McCanty got offended that they didn't break when he said that. See the look he gave Silva? Good round. They finish it there.
So that is the end of the matchup.
Did LA do enough to even win a round in the second half? In the first half, a very competitive first half, which, we may have had LA edging it. Second half, it seems like New York has just come out and swept it. You know, really made a really big statement here in the second half. And I don't know. For me, looks like New York is going to pull out. They're tabulating the scorecards here. The second half performance by New York is probably going to be the difference here in this opening matchup for the season for both LA and New York.
Okay, so I just went ahead and touched base with Mike Mazzulli, who's the head of the commission here. They are tabulating the results. They're going to bring them over to me, and then I will announce it for our television audience and the live crowd as well. So the scores are being tabulated as we speak for all 12 rounds, and we are going to find out who is going to be given the win. In my opinion, though, Paulie, in the second half, I thought it was all New York City, the New York City attitude.
Big statement, big statement. You know, you got to give the coaching staff credit there for the New York City attitude. Whatever the pep talks they gave, you know, it really made a big difference for the team in the second half.
I mean, you got to look at Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman doing an excellent job for being able to, you know, you had that knockdown, allowing them to really look at the second half, and they made a difference.
And really take the positive out of the first half, because, you know, you come out and you didn't fight a bad first half, but you come out maybe on a deficit, so you take the positives out of it and you motivate your team, and that's exactly what they did. And Roman and O'Leary really did a great job of doing that, and really came out with fire. Their fighters came out with fire in their belly.
New York is amazing. New York has some good fighters. You know, you can't underestimate them anymore.
I know these fighters wanted to go in and keep going round after round, but it's only one round. What did you tell them?
Let me tell you something. The concept is so amazing, which, you know, next. You know, it was great effort by both teams, and we got to see the next teams as well now.
All right, well, best of luck to you, Team LA.
Ricky Fuentes.
Okay, so Ricky Fuentes going ahead and giving his thoughts on what happened with, you know, who he believes is going to be given the verdict. But, Paulie, from our standpoint, I mean, I'm going to go in the ring and announce who is going to be victorious, but I've yet to get the official decision yet from Mike Mazzulli and the commission.
You got to tabulate 3 different scorecards. You know, this is standard boxing scorecards. So everybody at home that's following along can follow along with the scorecards, and, you know, it's a 10-point must system. It's New York against LA. Each round is scored either for New York or LA. The individual fighters don't actually get the rounds for themselves. So it's going to be a 12-round fight between New York and LA, and the scores will be tabulated as New York versus LA in a 12-round fight.
So we are awaiting the scorecards here at Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. We are trying to see who is going to hold on real quick. And so they are adding up the scores right now is what they are doing. They are tabulating them together, and there's our fine staff, and I'm going to go ahead and give it to Amir Tyson, who's standing by with Team New York City. Amir Tyson's going to talk with Ryan O'Leary and Benny Roman, the coaches of New York City. What action that we've seen here as Amir Tyson talking with the New York City attitude.
Look, it was the first time out there. They didn't know what to expect. We kind of had an idea that we had to start fast, but just getting everybody warmed up and everything. LA definitely brought their best guys. They went at it. All the matches were completely even. They could have gone either way, but I really think we pulled it out.
What do you think about your team's performance as a whole?
They did fantastic. A couple of them had nerves under them. A couple of them could do a little bit better, but on a whole, I would say 90% of them really excelled.
What do you want to see them do differently than the next night, next event?
Harder, faster, stronger, and get some KOs for me.
Thank you for talking to us. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
So, Team New York City, they certainly believe that they did enough, and I'll be honest, I think that they did. That second half was very important, and I think it's so refreshing for combat sports to be able to see this communal, this team atmosphere, the belief in your city.
Yeah, and I think the way they fought the second half eliminated the competitive aspect of the matchup. You know, in the first half, you find yourself wondering who is ahead. It's close, you know, and maybe LA's slightly edging it, but it's close. I think the way New York came out in the second half, they really, you know, hit their stride. and swept those rounds.
But even still, even in the second half, LA fought very hard. It just wasn't enough over a collective round.
Yeah, but you know what? You gotta first of all give credit to Ralph Clemente. He came out and set the tone for New York and really gave them a lot of confidence. The way he fought the opening round, because that first opening round of the second half, that's really important for the psychology of your team, especially after they suffered a knockdown in the round ending the first half. It's really important for the psychology of your team how they're going to get off on the right foot. And Clemente came out like a bat out of hell. And New York never looked back after.
Well, it's almost one of those things. I mean, I love football, but it's almost like a possession in football. When you're, like, let's say, down by a field goal, you get the ball back as the team that is down and go in and score a touchdown, thus putting you ahead again, or you score a field goal to tie the game, and you pretty much are deadlocked based on what happened in the previous half.
Yeah, exactly, and that's going to go based on your confidence, based on how aggressive you want to play it, And New York City played it very aggressively, and they went there, and they wanted to go take the W home, and they fought like that in the second half. It was really, really impressive to see. And again, I mean, I can't say enough about the way Ralph Clemente came out in the second half and opened things up. It was important for New York City attitude. It was important for him as well to motivate his team the way he was able to do it. And from there, you saw, the remainder of the guys that came out in the second half. They kind of carried that momentum with them. They as the rounds went on, you could sort of see the confidence in the New York team where each and every round they were, putting in an emphasis and
we have the coaches of New York City and LA. Please step inside the ring. Ricky Funes and the coaches of New York City and LA, please get inside the ring, please. All right, and also we need an official in the ring, please. Can we have Arthur Mercanti, if you don't mind, coming up? And I'm going to announce the winner of this opening matchup between the LA 10 Goose and the New York City Attitude. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we tabulate the scores for this opening matchup between the LA 10 Goose and the New York City Attitude. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the scores as tabulated per the commission here at Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. New York City 347, LA 334. So going 1-0, the New York City Attitude. They are now 1-0, but also congratulations in a spirited effort to the LA 10 Goose led by Ricky Funes. New York City Attitude 1-0 on the season. New York City 347, LA 334.
And I think that's
what a matchup as New York City now 1-0. Paulie, back to you.
And I think those are, if you guys at home are wondering with the scorecard, I believe the scorecards are the combination of the final scorecards of each of the three judges. That's why you got such a high score. So, say in a 12-round fight, one fight ends 116-112, and another judge has it maybe 117-111. Well, they'll add up those two things combined. And I think that's why you ended up with the over 300 on each side, because it's three judges, and I think the combined score of all three judges is where you're going to wind up having that kind of total. So that's what we have. We have three different judges, just like in boxing, but instead of giving you the three different judges' scorecards individually and giving you a unanimous split or majority decision, what we do is we add them up together. We tabulate the sum of all three scorecards together and see who ends up ahead at the end. And it was New York City who gets the win.
Well, partner, New York City 1-0 on the campaign. LA 0-1. It was a close matchup, though, as you heard from my scorecard, but man, oh man, talk about what we saw so far. And this is just the first half. We got another matchup to go.
Yeah, we got another matchup to go, and I expect the intensity to remain high.
We have New York, or beg your pardon, we have Dallas and Atlanta that are matching up as the New York City team very excited with Ryan O'Leary, Benny Roman, but My goodness, Paulie, talk about a terrific opening matchup here tonight.
Yeah, it was a battle between both teams. Was a battle, and each and every round was really, really heavily contested. And that's what we keep trying to tell you. Is, we keep trying to let you know. When each fighter only has 3 minutes, they're going to have plenty of energy to give, plenty of punches to throw, because these guys come in shape. So when they only have to give 3 minutes at a time, there's nothing to save it for. No feel-out rounds, and the action heats up right away.
So that is how the first matchup has unfolded. We have the New York City Attitude victorious over LA Tengus. Coming up next, it'll be the Atlanta Attack and the Dallas Enforcers getting set to square off here at Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino, beginning season 1 of Team Combat League. The first half of our doubleheader in the books. But don't go away. A quick pause for the cause, and we'll come back with the second half of our doubleheader. The Atlanta Attack and the Dallas Enforcers are on the way in a few moments. Stick with us. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino here in Uncasville, Connecticut. You just saw the New York City Attitude victorious over LA 10 Goose. New York City now 1-0. Now, this is the second half of our doubleheader here with Team Combat League and our opening week of the season. This matchup will feature the Atlanta Attack, led by their coaches, Sam Arnold and Mustafa Minkins, as they will battle the Dallas Enforcers, coached by AC Bryant. Let's meet the members of the Atlanta Attack. We want to bring in to Mohegan Sun, Danielle Bennett. Also in the lightweight division, representing Atlanta, Michael Dawson. A middleweight representing Atlanta, Quandarius Arnold. A light heavyweight for Atlanta, Nehemiah Jones. Also a light heavyweight for Atlanta, Frankie Solomon. And the heavyweight for the Atlanta Attack is Devon Young. Now let's meet the Dallas Enforcers. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Jennifer Miranda. A lightweight, Randall Kennedy. Also, Averana Graham. A welterweight for Dallas, Andre Ewell. Also for Dallas, Mauricio King. Kenneth Peoples. Also, Garcia Montoya. And Clay Third Degree Burns. That is the Dallas Enforcers, coached by AC Bryant. Now it's time to begin the second half of Team Combat League. It is the Atlanta Attack and the Dallas Enforcers.
Two rosters setting up ringside as we get ready for another solid matchup here at Team Combat League.
You know what, Paulie, as I went ahead and did the introductions, there is quite a bit of team camaraderie, and I feel like it's building. I mean, they galvanize, the team galvanizes together. They're supporting one another. The Atlanta Attack very excited to go out and perform. The Dallas Enforcers the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and that's the thing. I think they've already gotten the momentum from the first fight between New York City and LA. And
so we got Randall Kennedy and Michael Dawson matching up to start off. Michael Dawson representing the Atlanta Attack. We have Randall Kennedy, who is representing the Dallas Enforcers. Randall Kennedy with the Dallas Enforcers. For the Atlanta Attack, you have none other than a very tough and determined Michael Dawson. Referee in charge is Johnny Callis. Yeah, looking forward to this one. So here's how it's going to break down in our second half. We are going to have 8 rounds total, so 8 rounds total in this particular head-to-head meeting. So we're going to take an intermission after 4 rounds as we begin this matchup between the Atlanta Attack and the Dallas Enforcers. Kennedy representing Dallas, Atlanta being represented by Michael Dawson. You see Michael Dawson wearing the blue gloves, wearing the black with the red, is none other than Michael Dawson. Good right hand there by Canada. Randall Canada 2-0 as a professional with one knockout. Good left hook by Canada. Michael Dawson looking to get things going. Dawson has the height advantage, but he's not really using his height nor his reach. Now I feel like Michael Dawson is settled in. Michael Dawson for the Atlanta attack. There's a right hand by Canada. Michael Dawson wearing the black and the red. Good right hand there by Dawson. And Paulie, this is a tale of two rounds so far. We're seeing that Canada started out strong, but Dawson is swinging the momentum back in his favor. Under a minute left in our opening round. They alternate rounds, so you don't have consecutive rounds that you fight. You can fight 2 rounds in a matchup, but we alternate every single round. Good right hand there by Canada. Canada looking to close off the distance on Michael Dawson. Every round is so important. Every exchange so important. 8 rounds total that you're going to see between the Atlanta attack and the Dallas Enforcers. And that'll end our opening matchup between Michael Dawson and Randall Canada. Curious to see what is next. That first round was eventful. No question about it. As we take a look
All
at
right,
some
the second fight coming from Atlanta at 160 middleweight division, Juan the Freak Arnold.
All right, so it is the middleweights that are being featured in this second meeting with Juan Arnold and Mauricio King. Juan Arnold representing Atlanta, as Mauricio King, 30 years of age, representing Dallas. Well, what a start to Team Combat League, a new and innovative way to present combat sports. As there is from the Atlanta attack, Juan Arnold. Arnold, 24 years of age, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. And look at that, Juan Arnold, he touched gloves, but he was looking. He didn't want to even face one Mauricio King. I have seen some unique stare downs, and that was one of the most eventful. All right, so the second round, our intermission will come after the fourth. This one is scheduled for 8. You're into our second round, the second matchup. Mauricio King for the Dallas Enforcers. Quan Arnold for the Atlanta attack. Good right hand there by Mauricio King. Uh-oh, almost falling down was none other than Mauricio King. Good right hand by Quan Arnold on the body of Mauricio King. Oh boy, look at that. Saw that power by Quan Arnold almost picking up Mauricio King. These are middleweights competing in the second round. Swarming is Mauricio King on Quan Arnold. Arnold not handling the pressure too well. Mauricio King unloads a right hand to the left cheek of Quan Arnold. I think Mauricio King looking to make a statement here for his team in the Dallas Enforcers. Just over the midway part of the second round. You know that A.C. Bryant, the head coach of the Dallas Enforcers, likes what he's seen out of Mauricio King, but Quan Arnold very much big left hook there by Quan Arnold. I think that this second round hangs in the balance. Both men have thrown and landed clean shots. Under a minute left in this second round. There's a right hand by Mauricio King on the top of the forehead of Quan Arnold. A left hook upstairs by Mauricio King. Back comes Quan Arnold. Atlanta and Dallas battling. A left hook by Mauricio King. And that'll end the second round. We'll get ready for the third, but that was a terrific action-packed round, one that I think favors Dallas. As we take a look at some of the action from that second round. Beauty is in the beholder. Nehemiah Jones, 5'10" tall, 175. So Kenneth Peoples will be for Dallas. Meantime, for Atlanta, it'll be Nehemiah Jones. So Nehemiah Jones for Atlanta. He is in the red corner. In the blue is none other than Kenneth Peoples of the Dallas Enforcers. Johnny Callis, a referee in charge for this third round. So Atlanta and Dallas into this third round. So there are only 8 total rounds. So after the fourth round, we will have an intermission, sort of like a halftime, and then get ready for the second half, as New York already victorious over Los Angeles to go to 1-0. This one in the light heavyweight division, Nehemiah Jones and Kenneth Peoples. Nehemiah Jones shorter than that of Kenneth Peoples. We'll see if Peoples can utilize his height and his reach. Big left hook there by Nehemiah Jones. Another left hook. Nehemiah Jones with a couple of nice left hooks. Well, Nehemiah Jones had success with those left hooks early, but Kenneth Peoples, I'm curious to see if he can utilize his jab and try to set up some power shots, as he just hit a grazing right hand. Nehemiah Jones is cutting off the ring well upon the taller Kenneth Peoples, but now Peoples having some moments as we're just over the midway point of this third round. I would say that Peoples need something big in the last minute of this third round, because Nehemiah Jones has been landing that left hook with more regularity. A series of body punches by Nehemiah Jones. Invited to be interesting, we do have Amir Tyson, the son of Mike Tyson, and when Jones ducks underneath, he almost has a little bit of that peekaboo style to try to get on the inside of that of Kenneth Peoples. I think this is a round in favor of the Atlanta attack. Nehemiah Jones has been attacking Kenneth Peoples. Final moments of this third round. Big left hook by Nehemiah Jones. That'll end the third round. Hey, you got to think about it. The Atlanta attack talk. What a big round for Atlanta, led by Sam Arnold and Mustafa Minkins.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I probably have it 2 rounds to 1. And the one round that I have for Dallas was a close round, as King beat last round over Arnold.
Over Arnold, yes.
But that was a close round too. And that's probably the only round I can make a case for Dallas, as the other 2 rounds have been nice rounds for Atlanta. As a taller Dawson, won round 1 for me. And then now Nehemiah Jones having himself a very good round in round 3.
So you have it 2-1 in favor of
Atlanta.
So now we have Devon Young, who is for the Atlanta attack, taking on Garcia Montoya. Garcia Montoya of the Dallas Enforcers. For Devon Young from the Atlanta attack, he is 25 years of age, 4-0, standing 6 feet 3 inches tall. Garcia Montoya, look at that, he's stomping his feet. Don't break your foot. You need to be able to remain throughout the course of the season.
He's pumped up, he's pumping himself up.
He's stomping his feet like how I do very angrily when the Bears lose a game. So, I mean, I just got to say, Paulie.
So your feet must be hurting.
I mean, it does hurt, but I think we're going to have a heck of a year. But look at this stare down between Devon Young and Garcia Montoya.
Young said, all right, no more foot stomping. Now it's me and you.
Yeah, this Montoya is not MMA where you can go and use head kicks or anything like that.
And Montoya keeps his game face on. Let's see, this could be a good round here. And I'll tell you what, Dallas needs it.
The heavyweights to conclude the first half. The Dallas Enforcers, the Atlanta attack were underway. Devon Young clearly with the height advantage. Garcia Montoya's got to be standing about 5'11" inches tall. Look at Montoya go though, like a reckless abandon.
Yeah, he came out ready to fight. He's trying to get in close, trying to rough up Young. And of course, Dallas needs the round. You know, I got them down 2-1. They were going to get the momentum at halftime. Nice combination there by Young on the counter.
Picking apart Garcia Montoya. Couple of rights to the body by Montoya for the Dallas Enforcers. Good stiff jab by Devon Young.
Another thing, Young should be busy with that jab. He should stay busy with that jab because if Montoya gets inside, he likes to get to work.
A right to the body by Devon Young.
And that's smart. You know, you got a little soft gut by Montoya. A couple of touches to the body and maintain with that jab. Smart work there by Devon Young.
So my partner, Paulie Malignaggi, believes that Atlanta's ahead 2-1 as we enter this fourth round before we get to the intermission. And Devon Young utilizing his physical attributes to keep Garcia Montoya off of him. However, we know in the heavyweights, one big punch can change the complexity of a fight and a round.
Oh yeah, Montoya getting a little winded here. Now Montoya's got to be careful because if he gets winded here, he's going to be a sitting duck on the outside for those jabs and right hands of Young.
Well, especially when you only have an 8-round matchup.
Yep. So Young is starting to enforce that distance more and more. Montoya, when he gets inside, a lot of smothering, not getting good work done, and it's been Young laying in the better shots.
Big left hook by Devon Young.
Another big right hand on the outside. Montoya's got to be very careful.
Two big right hands by Devon Young on Garcia Montoya.
Montoya's a tough guy. He's smiling, but he's got to get those points back. He gets a good right hand in there.
Well, typically as a heavyweight, if you're in an 8, 10 round, or even a 12-round fight, you might be trying to get the other man to tire and punch himself out. You can't afford that when you're only fighting one round at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Montoya looks a little winded, though. Let's see if Young can take advantage of it. A good hook there by Young.
A nice sweeping left hook by Devon Young. Young clearly the more chiseled of the two.
Yeah, a little more polished as well. Montoya wants to just outwork him and rough him up.
There's a left hook upstairs by Devon Young. Final moment.
Big right hand.
Big right hand. That wobbled Garcia Montoya.
Yeah,
Montoya cannot afford to go down. Another left hook by Devon Young. And that'll end the first half. But what a way to end it for the Atlanta attack.
That punctuated it for Young for me. I got a 3 rounds to 1 for Atlanta as we go into halftime.
So the Atlanta attack are surging as Devon Young put the exclamation mark for Sam Arnold and Mustafa Minkins.
Yeah, you saw Montoya starting out the round very, very fast, but then it was Young was starting to really get the timing. A little uppercut left hook there. That was from early in the round as well, I remember. But as the round got on, it was Young trying to pick his shots better, and Montoya slowed down, and his ability to get on the inside diminished. And Young was able to pick his shots better, was able to land that big right hand at the end of the round. That really got Montoya's attention as he backed up right away. Might have buzzed him a little bit.
Garcia Montoya tried to overwhelm Devon Young, but Young used his technical ability to keep Montoya at bay. We are at halftime intermission between the Atlanta Attack and Dallas Enforcers. The second half begins in a few moments. 4 more rounds coming your way. Already tonight, the LA Tengus, they fall short to the New York City Attack. New York City 1-0 on the year. LA is 0-1. Who will join New York City as being undefeated as we begin Season 1 of Team Combat League?
But this one,
versus Dallas. We're going to see who's going to take it home tonight.
All right,
coming up again from Dallas, 135, Michael Dawson. Atlanta.
So welcome back to the second half of Team Combat League with the
From the lightweight division, Randall Canada.
So Randall Canada and Michael Dawson will partake in yet another round. They fought to begin this matchup. Now they are fighting here in the second half. It was a thrilling first round that we saw between the two, and Paul Lee, as we enter into our second half, you have Atlanta ahead 3-1, correct?
Yeah, I have Atlanta hit 3-1, and I think Canada didn't have himself a bad first round, but he's got to be more active if he wants to win the round against Dawson this time around. I think just like New York came out with a sense of urgency in our previous battle, I think Dallas is going to need that same kind of urgency if they want to come out on top tonight.
Well, so right now, from your perspective, it is that Dallas needs to theoretically win these next 4 rounds. They are so important to them because you have them down by a significant margin, 3-1.
Yep, absolutely.
Arthur Mercanti Jr., our referee in charge, as Michael Dawson, who is representing the Atlanta Attack, Randall Canada with the Dallas Enforcers. The Dallas Enforcers head coach A.C. Bryant, for the Atlanta Attack, Sam Arnold and Mustafa Minkins. I believe Mustafa Minkins works with a good friend of mine, Tay Jones, who is on the comeback trail. As right now, Michael Dawson waiting, and there seems to be some issue with
I think he dropped his mouthpiece or something. I don't know.
Randall Canada. That's why we have a pause here. I think it's the mouthpiece that he needs. Or they have a mouthpiece. They found a mouthpiece for Randall Canada from the Dallas Enforcers. So what you saw in the first half is what you're going to see in the second half. We're going to run it back, so we'll see if the Dallas in the second half, if the Dallas Enforcers can find a way to swing the momentum in their favor and get more wins here to begin the second half.
Well, they got no choice here. If they're going to come out on top tonight, they've got to get things started right away. Just like I said, New York did in the first battle. They came out very motivated in the second half. You see Dawson once again trying to establish that height the way he did in the first time he saw Canada.
These are lightweights, so that the audience knows. Michael Dawson, Randall Canada. Nice right hand by Michael Dawson as Canada tries to get on the inside.
Yeah, I like Dawson with that. He's got that quick double jab and follows it with a smooth right hand. And now he's feinting. As I said at the end of the first round, I think if he would add feints to his repertoire with that speed style, it would make him even more difficult to deal with. And you're starting to see some feints now on the part of Dawson as now he turns southpaw.
Well, Canada trying to solve the riddle that is Michael Dawson.
Canada
left by Dawson right on the chest of Randall Canada.
Canada's just not active. I mean, this is the second round we're seeing him now, and he's just not active. Seems to be looking for counter punches, and he's probably not a bad counter puncher. As a couple of times in the first round, he was able to time Dawson. But in a situation where you're fighting only 3 minutes at a time, you've got to be active. You can't just be strictly a counter puncher. You've got to also get active. And right now, he's at the mercy of the jab of Dawson.
Canada unloaded a left hook. Now there's a chopping right hand by Canada. Canada looking to change things around.
And you see, he can get his hands off when he's close, but he's got to work on getting close. And how do you do that? You can jab with the jabber. You know, you can do things to close that gap that'll help you close that gap. Again, Dawson keeping him on the outside, controlling him with that jab.
Dawson utilizing his height. He's gone to southpaw again. He's an ambidextrous fighter, is Michael Dawson. Canada looking to swarm him. Arthur Mercanti separates the two. And if you are the Atlanta Attack, if you start off strong in these next 2 rounds, theoretically, this might be an easy night at the office for you.
Yeah. And Canada's trying to, get that back. He's trying to make sure it's not an easy night for Atlanta. As now he's starting to make Dawson work a little bit. He's gotten closer. But let's see if he can keep it consistent, because here in the last 30 seconds, if he's consistent enough, he may be able to steal the round back, but he's got to really get to work.
Canada needs something massive to where he's almost rocking Michael Dawson, or dare I even say put him on the canvas at this point of the round.
Yeah, he's waiting again. Yeah, once you start waiting on a guy like Dawson, you're going to be at his mercy. He's got too much speed and then too much rhythm to his style.
Under final moments of this 5th round as we start off the second half of the Atlanta Attack and Dallas Enforcers. And that'll end a nice sign of respect between Michael Dawson and Randall Canada.
Canada tried to get active again at the end. When Canada was close, that's a shame. He does get his hands off. I just don't know if he got close on enough of an occasion to win the round. But when he gets close, Canada did make sure he got his hands moving and got to work. It's easy to see some of the action in this replay as an example of that.
As we take a look at this, we are entering the 6th round. Quad Arnold and Mauricio King will go at it. This is the second half. This is scheduled for 8 rounds total, this meeting between the Atlanta Attack and the Dallas Enforcers. Again, look at Quad Arnold doing the exact same thing, looking to the side of Mauricio King. The head coach Mustafa Minkins and Sam Arnold of the Atlanta Attack. AC Bryant for the Dallas Enforcers. And we begin round 6. Wherever you're joining us around the world, thank you so much. Hey, we'll be back here tomorrow, same time, with 2 more matchups to continue season 1. Starting off strong, though, is Mauricio King.
Well, King, this first round these guys fought each other, it was close, but I thought King edged it because he was more active. So if Arnold can get active, it could get really interesting. This is the one round I gave Dallas the first go-around. We had clash of heads here.
Inadvertent clash of heads.
Oh, big
right hand there by Quad Arnold. That was a big shot, but looking to answer back, Mauricio King of the Dallas Enforcers. A clash of heads again.
You got to be careful.
Arthur Mercanti wisely steps in between the two, and Mauricio King seems to be affected more by the clash of heads. Big left hook by Mauricio King.
Sharp counter left hook there by King.
Mauricio King has been the lone bright spot for the Dallas Enforcers, led by their head coach, AC Bryant. Looking to pour it on is Mauricio King. If King can get a knockdown, that could be significant. That could bring Dallas right back into the matchup.
Both guys, though, really going at it. Though King using that physical strength as well to push back Arnold, but really good action there. Oh, good right hand.
Big right hand by Quad Arnold. Big left hook by Mauricio King. Another right hand. Quad Arnold, I don't know how he remains upright.
Yeah, King with some good shots, shorter shots there. Arnold throwing a little bit too wide.
These shorter, more succinct, more powerful shots, very much in the favor of Mauricio King of the Dallas Enforcers. Mauricio King's got to go to work. A knockdown could be significant. It's not good enough now at this point for Dallas just to win the round.
Yeah, he's got to get a... I won't say he has to get a knockdown, but otherwise he's going to leave his other teammates with a position to also have to win their round. He's probably winning yet another round against Arnold.
Right now I have Atlanta ahead 4-1 over the Dallas Enforcers, but Mauricio King with this is making and cutting the deficit.
Well, it's been King that won the only round so far. It seems like he's winning it again over Arnold.
He's one of those guys from a baseball standpoint that goes up and hits a 2-run homer, even though you're down by 4 runs. Got to be thinking, what more can I do? Mauricio King still popping Quad Arnold. And that ends an eventful 6th round. Mauricio King, who has picked up, you would think, 2 big rounds for the Dallas Enforcers. 2 more rounds to go.
But he needs his teammates now to come through for him.
So now it is the light heavyweight. We will conclude with the heavyweight division. Here's some of the work from the 6th round. Now the light heavyweight division, Nehemiah Jones and Kenneth Peoples. And for Nehemiah Jones, his ability to get underneath the reach of that of Kenneth Peoples, I love that sweeping left hook that he demonstrated in the first half.
Yeah, dug to the body as well. And even as a shorter guy, he was able to really effectively work his way inside, even out jabbing the taller man in the first go-around. And Peoples really, it's up to him to try to get this round, because otherwise Dallas, for me, is going to be very, very behind.
This could be a case where if Nehemiah Jones beats Kenneth Peoples, that the Atlanta attack could solidify the victory even before we get to the heavyweights.
Yeah.
Look at them start off strong. Nehemiah Jones looking to pick up right where he left off. If you are Kenneth Peoples, he's got to utilize his reach better, because Nehemiah Jones was able to get inside and use his inside aggression, but he did it by using his jab to get on the inside.
Well, that's the thing. You got to be active, and you got to be first if you're going to be the taller guy. And then those are 2 things that Peoples was not able to do well against Jones.
So now Nehemiah Jones is countering with the right hand, a couple of echoing right hands, but Peoples is using his height and his jab better than that of the first half.
Yeah, he's being first here. And whenever Peoples is first, he has done a good job. Good hook there, good combination.
Kenneth Peoples fighting for the Dallas Enforcers, a lot more relaxed in there.
Good defense there by Peoples as well. And just a matter of Peoples being first. If you're at this range, he's first with that jab.
So far, a better round in this second half for Kenneth Peoples. Big left hook that caught the whiskers of Nehemiah Jones. Big right hand set up with the jab by Kenneth Peoples.
Some good adjustments made by Jones in this round. From the first time he saw, by Peoples since the first time he saw Jones.
Well, Paulie, in between at the intermission, AC Bryant was talking to his team, the Dallas Enforcers, to try to get them to swing the momentum back in his favor. A big right hand by Kenneth Peoples, and his confidence is soaring. Yep. Another right hand.
Yeah, just a good job of being first. Sometimes it's just a matter of wanting it. As long as Peoples is first, he prevents Jones from working his way on the inside. And that's exactly how he's had success in this particular round. And it's a big change from the first time he saw Jones.
A left hook by Nehemiah Jones. I love the adjustment by Kenneth Peoples, utilizing his height, his reach, his jab, the left hook, followed by the right hand. This has been a big round by Kenneth Peoples to get the Dallas Enforcers back into this matchup.
Yeah, and also very defensively responsible as well. You know, when Jones has attacked, Peoples has been defensively responsible, not taking as many shots.
However, if you are Kenneth Peoples, you cannot fall asleep at the wheel. We near the end of the round. That, I believe, went to Kenneth Peoples, so I have it 4-3 in favor of the Atlanta attack.
Same thing with me, Ray. Looks like it's going to come down to the big boys.
Well, the heavyweights, Devon Young and Garcia Montoya, but here's a look at what was an eventful and a big round for Kenneth Peoples.
Yeah, real smart boxing on the part of people, just being first, and being first really made the difference. Somebody, like I said, sometimes it's just a matter of having more desire, and by being first with that sharp jab, he was able to dictate the rest of the round.
So Devon Young and Garcia Montoya, this is a big round.
Yeah, Montoya got a little bit winded the first time around. I think this time he's going to save his energy and not do the foot stomp. So that's why he saves his energy for the entire round.
I would definitely stay away from that. As you saw, Devon Young, though, he won the round with relative ease because he did utilize his physical attributes, his height, his reach, and he kept the more aggressive Montoya. He almost used the aggression against him.
Yeah, well, for me, Montoya really, his team is really depending on him this round because if Montoya can win this round, I got Dallas pulling back even in this fight. So this is a really important round for Montoya.
Montoya looking to cut the distance off. Couple right hands by Garcia Montoya. But to begin this final round, Devon Young unloaded a left hook.
And he's being more defensively responsible with getting underneath the right hands of Young and now coming back with some sharp counters and combinations.
This has been a better round for Garcia Montoya. And it could very well make this a closer matchup from our perspective. Already, New York City defeated the LA 10 Goose. New York City 1-0, LA 0-1 on the year. Season 1, big right hand by Devon Young connecting.
Again, Young doing a good job of being deceptive with that jab, throwing it to the chest and the right hand to the head. Again, he's done it there with a little left hook to the chest.
Right hand by none other than Devon Young. Tomorrow we got Philadelphia and Las Vegas, San Antonio and DC, starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time, right here on TeamCombatLeague.com. Also want to thank Marcos Viegas, our fine friend, with fight a big right hand by Devon Young.
Yeah, and that's the thing, as Montoya tires and fatigues, he starts to get hit more. We saw that the first time around when he saw Jones. Now we're seeing it in this round as well. After a positive start, Jones has been able to be more active with the right hand. As we got a minute 20 seconds, it might be all to fight for here.
As you mentioned, tomorrow, Philadelphia, Las Vegas, San Antonio, and DC matching up. As we have 8 teams total throughout the course of the year. Big right hand by Devon Young.
And then Montoya pulling straight back and staying straight up. Not the way you want to get away from that right hand from Jones.
Devon Young representing the Atlanta Attack. Garcia Montoya, he needs something big here, Paulie, in this final minute.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't know if he's conditioned enough. You know, it seems like he gets tired in the second half of these rounds both times. And I don't know if he's just got the conditioning to put something together in the second half of the round.
If you're Mustafa Makins, Devon Young is your stereotypical quality closer. Going out there to finish off the job and preserve the lead. Big right hand by Devon Young one more time.
And that's the thing, as Montoya gets tired, he doesn't have the legs to bend, so he's more straight up. And those right hands are being more accurate on the part of Young. Some blood now coming out of the nose of Montoya, courtesy of those jabs and right hands of Devon Young.
Those right hands, and that is even that much more significant. Another right hand clipping Garcia Montoya, and that'll end the matchup. Both men with a sign of respect. They share 2 rounds collectively, as that is the end of this matchup. 8 rounds completed, and here is some of the work from Devon Young in the final frame.
You see, Montoya tried to get active in spots, and early in the round he had some success. Then as some good body work there early on, but then as the round wore on, we started seeing the same thing, and that was Young accurate with the jab, deceptive with the jab downstairs and right hands to the head.
So we are awaiting the judges to tabulate the scores. And now we are awaiting, we're gonna have a couple of interviews with the head coaches of the Atlanta Attack, Mustafa Meekins, and also AC Bryant of the Dallas Enforcers. And I believe Cynthia Conti. All right, so we are awaiting. There is Garcia Montoya, a good effort. What a night that we've had thus far. We are waiting to see who is going.
Team Atlanta, we
Here's
just
Cynthia
saw
Conti
you guys went some
with
4 or
Mustafa
8
Minkins
cooling
and Sam
rounds.
Arnold.
How did you think they did?
We did pretty good, but we're going to go back and sharpen up. We look real good.
Okay, how about tonight? Do you think you guys took home the victory?
Yes, sir. I think we should have took it. Absolutely.
What did you see about that team?
Actually, the funny thing about that team is a lot of those guys I trained, they like my nephews and my fighters, so I knew them already. So, you know, what I seen was stuff that I was used to. Probably would have been better if I was coaching.
Well, good luck to you guys, Team Atlanta. Thanks, guys.
All right, so the Atlanta Attack, Sam Arnold, Mustafa Minkins, very much confident that they are going to improve their record to 1-0. You're seeing
How
the
do you feel about your
scores.
team's performance tonight?
Oh, they did amazing. I'm super proud of these guys. Super proud of them.
We came out here to box. I think we showed that. I appreciate Team Combat League for this opportunity, and we can't wait to get back in there next week.
Any improvements or any things you could change for next week?
Constant improvement, man. I saw a few things we need to work on, and yeah, man, I'm just really proud of these guys. They did awesome.
You know, we got to have some of our fighters out there. We still didn't have some of the best ones, still showing everything we got. So we are a deep team, and that's how we're going to win the rest of this tournament.
We'll be fighting next week, right? All right, thank you guys very much.
All right, so the Dallas Enforcers believe that their depth is going to be a factor over the course of the season. But to me, Paulie, I think that the Atlanta Attack did enough, and I think they will improve to 1-0.
Yeah, for me as well. And you know what, that last round really closed it with Young. But, you know, with Montoya having an opportunity to go in there and maybe level it up on my card, it was Young that came through and closed the show better.
So I am going to go and effort the scorecards, and then we are going to find out who is going to join the New York City Attack as being a 1-0 on the year.
New York City Attitude, no? Or New York City? No, New York City Attitude. Yeah.
Can we have the coaches, please, for the Atlanta Attack and Dallas Enforcers? Please join us inside the ring along with one of the referees in charge on the evening. We have Johnny Callis and the head coaches, Mustafa Minkins, joining us. One of the coaches of the Atlanta Attack, Johnny Callis, AC Bryan for the Dallas Enforcers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, after completing 8 rounds, we take a look at who is going to be victorious and who will join the New York City team as being 1-0 on the year. Your final score is Atlanta 230, Dallas 226. The Atlanta Attack, they improved to 1-0 on the year. The Dallas Enforcers fall to 0-1. So tonight, you saw New York City, the New York City Attitude, improve to 1-0 with the win over the LA Tengoose, and the Atlanta Attack victorious over the Dallas team. What a win here from both teams. Atlanta and New York remain undefeated, 1-0 on the year. We look forward to tomorrow's competition here at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. Congrats to the Atlanta Attack. Clear. All right, so just to conclude the night, Paulie, Atlanta 230, Dallas 226. I thought it was the right call, and the judges got it right.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, some more stuff to look forward to. Tomorrow night we have another doubleheader, and we'll have seen all of the teams on Team Combat League with these two nights for having their opening show.
Yeah, so tomorrow it'll be Philadelphia and Las Vegas, San Antonio and DC, and that is what we get, a doubleheader tomorrow night. So back-to-back doubleheaders to begin season 1 of Team Combat League. New, innovative, fresh, and you know what? It's fast and furious.
It is fast and furious and a lot of action, and we got to see some good action tonight. New York City ends up going 1-0, Atlanta ends up going 1-0, but there's a lot more left in the season where a lot of all these teams are still going to have a lot to be able to show.
On behalf of Cynthia Conti, Amir Tyson, Paulie Malignaggi, I'm Ray Flores, and our entire crew saying we will see you tomorrow. Also, one of our presidents, we have Ahmed, who's doing a wonderful job with Team Combat League. If you thought tonight was something, just get ready for tomorrow as we continue season 1. We're going all the way until the summertime. The final will be in July. Team Combat League off to a tremendous start. Thank you so much for joining us. So long. We will see you tomorrow here at Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. Good night from Connecticut.